Hi, guys. Thanks for being here with us on Daytime. Now, today you might know him from his XM radio show, The Rock of Jericho. He appeared and commented on numerous TV shows. I'm talking a lot of them. My favorite as well, VH1's I Love the 70s, 80s, and 90s series. But it might be safe to say that his biggest love in the world is wrestling. Well, probably that and his kids, right?
Right, too. Exactly. Kids first, wrestling second.
And let me just tell you, Chris Jericho, he is in the his out.
Oh, boy.
Ooh, do the crowds go wild?
Yeah, the crowd goes mild. There's one guy over there that's clapping. So there you go.
Yay!
Where's the fire? Come on.
We need the fire.
That's much better. That's much better.
There we go. There we go for
about.
the world champion. Anyway, his latest project is a book titled A Lion's Tale Around the World in Spandex. I'm sure a million women out there would love to see you in spandex. They had their heyday at one point, but
I'm actually wearing spandex right now underneath these clothes. You know, form-fitting, supple, feels good, makes you look good.
Yeah, but those are boxer briefs, correct?
Good call. Yeah, but they're made of spandex still.
Yeah, okay.
Once a spandex boy, always a spandex boy. I always say.
Fulfilling the dream.
That's right, exactly.
Always fulfilling the dream.
That's right.
Actually, that's what the whole book is about, fulfilling dreams, your dream.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a follow your dreams, coming of age, stranger in a strange land story with wrestling as a backdrop. This is the story of my journey from being an 8-year-old kid watching wrestling with my grandma in her basement, deciding that I was going to be a WWE wrestler, and the 9-year journey from 1990 to 1999 of how I actually got there, taking pit stops in Japan and Mexico and Germany and all these other places, all these crazy stories and things that happened to me in the ring and more importantly outside of the ring.
Yeah, I can't even imagine wrestlers' groupies, wrestlers' stories, because there are so many of them and avid fans. I mean, avid fans.
Yeah, and just from the cultural shock of being, you know, in my early 20s, going to all these places, you know, starting wrestling at a kid's birthday party and getting paid a hot dog and a glass of orange juice. And of course, it's not what you make, it's what you save. So I took a quarter of that hot dog and put it in the bank in a savings bond. It's a little bit moldy, but it's still growing right now, accruing interest. To, you know, working in Mexico when I first started, getting a little bit of a buzz, becoming a little bit of a teen idol, and then getting sent on an autograph signing to a kid's factory Christmas party, getting there and finding out it wasn't an autograph signing. I was supposed to do a speech on ecology.
Oh, really?
Knew nothing about ecology and didn't know how to speak Spanish, so it was a little bit of a dichotomy there. Trees are your friends. Los arbor tu amigos, this translator said. I have no idea. The kids are like, what the heck is this guy talking about? Tumbleweeds blowing by. But you take all these experiences and you use them towards taking one step closer to this seemingly unattainable dream. And once again, this is how I achieved this with all of these crazy things that happened to me, seemingly telling me to stop, but I just would never stop. This was not an option for me.
You know, it's interesting what you're saying there, because the dream was wrestling. The dream wasn't necessarily fame per se,
no.
But the dream was also the adventure. Was it the adventure of getting to be a wrestler?
Not so much a wrestler, to be a WWE wrestler. That to me, like, wrestling was cool,
okay.
but then you know, getting a chance to work at the highest level in Mexico at a young age, and then going to Japan and being, you know, a hated villain in Japan at 25 years old, and then going to Germany and working, living in Hamburg, Germany on the Reeperbahn, one of the most decadent streets in the world, for 6 weeks straight, you know, and all of these things, just using them to get to this overall achievement of becoming a WWE superstar, but also enjoying all the experiences that I had. Like I said, not just in the ring, but outside the ring as life experiences too, giving me all these different colors to paint these pictures with when I finally was able to go to the United States and work in the WWE.
And I mean, there are pictures, the way you describe things in this book. I told you this before we came on air, is I haven't gotten to read the book. I just got it, but I started reading some of the excerpts, and there's some pretty funny stories here, and also some really tragic ones too.
Yeah, I mean, when you take the tale of your life and you put it onto paper, it is a very grueling experience, because there's a lot of comedies, a lot of great moments, but also there's a lot of emotional things that happen too. You know, my mother had a very serious accident. You know, my parents got divorced. Friends of mine died at young ages, and you're putting this on the paper, and it's very heart-wrenching. And also knowing that people will be reading this, you have to open up yourself. You know, you're opening your soul, not to sound too pretentious, but people are going to be reading this and judging it, reviewing it. This is good, this is bad. Like, this is my life. It's all good to me. It's all part of my story, but it's part of the step you take when you write a book, and having all these different experiences to write about, and hoping that people will see the lesson that I'm telling, and the fun that I had in telling that lesson.
Real quick, you have 3 kids now. When they're older and they read this book, is there anything in there that you don't want them to see or hear?
Yeah, I'll have to get the black marker out and edit out some sections. I mean, there's, you know, I was 19 years old working all across the world
You're a
at a high level.
superstar at 19.
Well, there's some things that I would put, maybe, this is for your 18-year-old birthday party only sort of thing. So.
It's PG-13.
Absolutely. NC-17 in parts. But
Yes. Hey, Chris, thank you so much.
Thank you very much. I appreciate
Great to see you. And it's in bookstores now?
In bookstores today. It's the big launch date, #2 on Amazon.com in the biography categories.
Cool.
Very cool. So far, so good.
Wonderful. Hey, thank you again. Stay with Daytime. We will be right back.